What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/FatPeopleStories. This story's called My Least Favorite Question. I need to get this off my chest, and this seems to be the place to mention this. This is a summarization and a rant about several interactions, which they redacted and replaced with a single repeated interaction I've had with ham planets and dwarf ham planets, not as big as ham planets, but just as unhealthy and delusional or clueless. I used to be fat and had a bit of the ham planet mentality. I was 5'2" and 210 pounds at my recorded heaviest. I avoided scales for a good year and started changing things before I weighed in at 210. But I was at most 5 to 10 pounds heavier than that. By mid-2018, I realized that 1. I had gained so much weight. 2. I was unhealthy and actively taking care of myself. And 3. I needed help if I was going to be healthy. I joined a fitness studio with awesome people, and 2 years later, I am 126.3 pounds and am so much healthier. This place taught me how to lead a healthy lifestyle overall, and I lost the weight by changing my eating habits, regularly exercising, and putting in work consistently, and being accountable and patient. You know, the obvious stuff. There are people I've seen daily who have known me at my heaviest. Most of them don't even comment on it unless I do, or unless they are an active part of my journey. The rest are ham planets and dwarf ham planets. The women in their mid-30s to early 60s who have seen me during this weight loss. Most of them are friends of my mom and have not had many conversations outside of introductions. And this one conversation that starts with a question that can go die in a fire. How did you do it? I started hearing this question when I was 20 to 30 pounds down. People started to notice the changes around this time and saw me continuously. Most of the people who asked this question were overweight women and asked it with a tone of, "What's your secret?" I would tell them the truth. I went to the gym 3 to 5 times a week, ate healthier, and kept being consistent. That's all I did over the span of these 2 years to drop the weight and get healthy. They would respond in one of 3 ways. All silent, with an expectant look as if to say, "Yeah, and what else?" With a look of, "Seriously? That can't be it." Or with a blank look of, "Oh, I understand it's not easy to do, but most things are not easy." They worked hard to get to the positions they had. Well, at least a portion of them. But it was like they could not fathom that the advice that tons of people were suggesting worked. They seemed partially disappointed and would go back to saying, "Well, you look great," before moving on to their next thing. I remember someone saying, "No, seriously, how did you do it?" after I answered. They expected me to say, "There's this magic pill," or "I have been doing this diet," etc. But I told the truth. I know they ask so they can see similar success and hope I found the magic cure to everything. I may go into the specifics of it if they seem really interested, counting macros, lifting, running, etc., but they normally aren't and just want whatever weight they have gone. I don't get this question a lot now since there's no one who knew me at that time and doesn't know that I lost weight. I also now have a better physique and am more muscular now, although it really doesn't show as much, so it is less obvious now. But I still hate it so much. It shows a cluelessness, an ignorance, and/or a stubbornness that is keeping the asker from their goals. They're looking for excuses and reasons not to start or even try. I worked hard and did difficult things to lose the weight, but you think there's an easier way that I'm going to give you. Do you think I am lying to you because I used the advice your doctor or fitness professional would give you and showed you it worked? They want to find that hole in the argument and are dumbfounded or in denial when I tell them the truth. What's worse is when I see them turn around and eat their huge portions of fast food and takeout, filling their coffees with so much cream and sugar, drinking Diet Cokes with their lunches, etc. They will put Splenda Sweet and Low Stevia in their coffee with tons of heavy cream to make it healthier, or will get a Trenta Strawberry Refresher because it's healthier than a Frappuccino. If you were not interested in losing weight yourself or bettering yourself, why did you ask me in the first place? You do not have to ask me to talk about my weight loss. I can tell you all about the benefits I've noticed, the gym stories I have, the life advice I've received, my favorite workouts and foods, my favorite spaces to run or hike, etc. You do not need to ask me how I lost the weight in order to talk about my weight loss. You can compliment me on losing a lot and looking and seeming healthier. You don't have to ask me how I did it to have a polite conversation about it. I know I may seem harsh, but I hate this question because of the number of times I've gotten it. I am not gonna sugarcoat it. It is not easy to do, and it is not instantly gratifying. But it does work, and it helps you live longer and remain healthier. It's not about what you do, but how often you do it and how consistent you are with it, and how much you are willing to make your health a priority. People just want a pill to make them skinny, or an excuse to live in their self-destruction, which is why they ask the question. I don't see why I should give you an answer you already know. I get it. It's hard, but you need to stick with it. Ask for help and support when needed. Be patient and trust the process. Asking me how I did it will not help you if my answer is not used to actually help. Rant over. Edit. A word, but totally did not expect this to get this response. I'm actually so happy I'm not alone in this, and that this post brought a lot of good points and personal stories. To those of you who are working on losing weight and or trying to build a healthier lifestyle, whether you're just starting or have reached some goals, congrats on the latter by the way, keep putting in the work, trust the process, practice patience, and stay consistent. Also, give yourself a little bit of time to get accustomed to it. Because yeah, it's hard to work out, but the hard part is the change in lifestyle. I give yourself a month to get accustomed to it, and then eventually that'll become your new routine, that'll become your new lifestyle, and you know what? It still takes work, you're still gonna have to want to do it, but it'll be a lot easier once you get over that first hill, you know what I'm saying? This story's called Stop Touching the Cheetos. So, in my town, I can't go for a peaceful walk, as the ballpark I used to walk at is closed. I can't even go for a walk on the beach or at the flower gardens. The mega gym, Modelo Warehouse, is open though, and another place. Get to that in a minute. So I was visiting the Modelo factory, starts with a W, known for Scooty Puffs. What? Amazingly, I saw no Scooty Puffs. However, I saw something worse. I'm gonna call them Cheeto Boy and Chobilime? Chobalime? Chobilime? Chobilime? Shobalime? Shobalime? Let's go with Shobalime. Cheeto Boy. Male, but not really sure, cause Paniculus way too large to discern. I mean, there was some scraggly facial hair all around, and male pattern baldness, and a somewhat baritone voice, but with that scratchy quality to it. Just picture Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, dressed in a really bad quality, food-stained, not really sure what those stains were, drag. Shobalime. Picture if one of the chain-smoking aunts off of The Simpsons and an Oompa Loompa had a baby, and the baby had hormonal problems, bad teeth, and dandruff, or might have been a lice infestation. I swear her scalp moved around on its own. Me, normal, but I have to work hard to stay that way. I used to be fat, currently about 145 pounds, and irritable as hell because I have gained 6 pounds. My gym did the responsible Brovid-19 thing and closed. My only things I needed? Yes, I wanted one, just one bottle of my aloe gel I use nearly daily as part of my face regimen. Of course, I couldn't have that. Everybody is hoarding it. I also needed milk, got it. Sausage for red beans and rice, got it. As a former fatty, yes, I still have my comfort foods. One of them is, yes, Cheetos. Jalapeno Cheetos are the best. I agree. And instead of ice cream, I decided I needed some of those Chobani key lime flips to give you an idea of how I feel about my food. Yes, I still have some foods that I hoard like a little fat girl. Those are addictive and are always in my fridge. I do not share them with others. Only certain people are allowed to have one, and even they have to ask. So I was trying to get my aloe and saw Shobilame, I don't freaking know, with her fat hands putting a box containing at least 8 bottles in her buggy. She was taking the whole box. I asked her if I could just have one. She fixed her beady eyes on me. Okay, she had normal eyes, but the fat was hiding them and grown.
I need these to protect,
yes, that's what she said,
my skins.
Woman, that's gonna make 3 gallons. How many skins you got? Maybe if you didn't have so much skins, you wouldn't need so much. Note, I did not tell her this. I was afraid she would run me over like a bowling ball. Plus, Mama taught me to be polite. I just kept thinking, at least she's trying not to spread germs. I thought that too soon. Get to that later. On to get my milk, as I didn't really want to be too close to her, what with the moving scalp issue. I got my milk and sausage. Now off to get my Cheetos. Nope. Cheeto Boy was grabbing all the chips and snacks with his or her, still not sure, fat little hairy hands. I went to get 1 bag, and Cheeto Boy snatched it from me. What just say they. Gosh. What they said next and what happened next, I'm still so confused. Cheeto Boy spoke while snatching my food. Pretty brave, Cheeto Boy. Pretty brave.
Oh no, Missy, them's mine. Besides, little girl, you don't need these.
While shaking the bag, and arm flab as well, at me.
Not if you want to stay skinny. Eating these is what got me fat. I can't go letting you get fat like me. I don't date fat women.
Am I in the Twilight Zone? Cheeto Boy somehow had some outrageous self-confidence. Reminded me of Cousin Eddie on vacation at that point, only really fat. I just acted like I didn't hear him. Luckily, I spotted the last bag, inadvertently stocked behind some regular ones. Yay! Got my Cheetos. And luckily, Cheeto Boy did not touch them. Okay, so now on to get my yogurt. As I rounded the corner, what did I see? Why, it was none other than, Cheeto Boy and Shobalim together on the yogurt aisle. No! They were slogging slowly toward my precious flips. I got there first and grabbed the only 4-packs right in front of Shobalim.
Hey!
Ignore.
Hey!
Ignore.
Hey, you can't do that. That's hoarding.
I can't throw up. I can't do that voice. What the fuck? Did she just call me? Oh, hell no. Not today. Not today at all. So I turned around and told her, oh, really? No, I need this for my skin. I'm gonna take a bath in it. No, not really gonna bathe in it. Shobalim then proceeded to tell me it was her favorite. Could she please have just 1 4-pack? I walked over to her buggy, took 2 of her aloe vera she had thankfully not touched out of the box, you'll see why, and put a 4-pack in her buggy. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Cheeto Boy then started whispering to Shobalim. Guess he does date fat women after all. I couldn't quite hear except for Shobalim telling him that I was too bossy. Okay, aside from their appearance, here's why I'm thankful they did not touch what I bought. That other place that was open? Much to my chagrin, I saw the 2 of them going shopping there. Last night, while out for a drive, I was meandering around and saw an open store. I saw the two of them on the sidewalk about to go in. Nobody could miss the large redneck clowns. Okay, technically, that store can stay open, I guess. Maybe our governor considers fruit roll-ups, in the form of edible panties, and chocolate dip to be viable emergency food. Pretty sure they take SNAP benefits as well. The sign outside of the sex store and adult theaters, in bold lettering advertising threesome wanted, made me realize what they were whispering about last week in the yogurt aisle. I'm not only confused, my skin is crawling. Oh, come on, you're telling me you're gonna miss out on the chance to get all up in them skins? This story's called, My Roommate is 5'6" and 400 pounds. We're both grown men and have to share a room together. Backstory. I am a former alcoholic in recovery and am living in a sober living home. Unfortunately, as most sober livings are designed, you are assigned a roommate and must share a room. I've been sober for a year. 2 days ago, we got a new resident, someone who's 5'6" and 400 pounds. He has trouble walking, and when he's near a table or some piece of furniture, he holds onto it for support. He has to make a big effort to take each step and frequently takes heavy breaths as he's walking. I have an early morning job that I ride my bike to. I have to get up at 5 a.m. We are at Texas, and we keep the house at 75 degrees while it's 105 degrees outside, which no one complains about. But he thinks it's inhumanely hot inside the house and will let anyone who's near him know about it. I made it clear to him that I get up early and go to bed early. When I tell him good night and that I'm out for the night, it's so hard to fall asleep because he will take random heavy breaths, shifts in his bed, and is very loud. And worst of all, he has gigantic snacks every hour seemingly. And they're so large that they take 20 to 30 minutes to consume. Example, 3 cans of chunky trademarked sirloin burger soup mixed with chicken thighs. I have slight autism and a sensitivity to sounds, and to me, eating sounds are repulsive. When I turn over and see that he's eating 3 cans of his soup or whatever, not only is the sound repulsive, but seeing what he's consuming is also repulsive. These late night musings of eating, heavy breathing, fumbling with chip bags not only keep me up, but annoy the crap out of me. He will remain in his bed all day, literally, and in the morning he will get up and take a gnarly crap, then grumble out of the bathroom and mutter,
So gassy.
and then lay back down. 20 minutes ago, he stumbles down the stairs, and I see him grab 6 tortillas, and I ask him if he's making burritos. He says,
No, just some tortillas with peanut butter. A snack.
Then he stumbles up the stairs, and by the time he gets up to the top, he calls for me.
Hey man, can you grab me 2 cans of pineapple? That's gonna be for my dessert.
These cans are a pound. I will eat a can as a nighttime snack, and it's filling as crap. I can't imagine eating 2 cans after having 6 200-calorie tortillas with peanut butter. He also frequently talks about losing weight. He marveled yesterday about how these chunky soup cans are only 290 calories, and how he can just have 3 cans with some chicken and have dinner under 1,000 calories. That's disgusting. I don't know how to not secretly judge him. Okay, buddy, this post, I get that it can be frustrating, I get that it can be annoying, but coming straight here just to say all this stuff, and some low-key pretty mean stuff about your roommate is not the way to go, okay? That just makes you kind of a mean person, okay? I'm assuming you haven't talked to the guy, which I recommend you do, and maybe try to help him out a little bit. You don't have to do much, but he obviously has the desire to be healthier, even if he's not acting on said desire and doing anything to better himself, because how is he supposed to know he's doing anything to annoy you if you're not going to say anything about it? Because you're not helping your situation at all by just coming here and anonymously saying some kind of mean things about him. That's just my opinion. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.